Hi everyone, it's great to see you. You can tell that I am going to be planting up something really fun today. So these are ornamental millet plants. They sort of look like baby corn stalks, and they have these beautiful, soft, I assume this is the flower part of the millet. They look like my cat's tails. I just love them, and they really are beautiful to touch. And what gorgeous colors for fall. So this particular type is called a Jade Princess ornamental millet, and they're at two different stages of their life cycle. So this one's really just coming out. Here's like a little baby right in here. Isn't that cute? And it's just starting. And then as they get older, they curl up and then they straighten finally, and then they get lighter as they go. I think these are fascinating. So of course they're not perennial, but that is okay. They're going to give us a lot of interest in our planters. So I'm down to like my last planters. I had to rummage around in the shed and see what I had. And I ended up finding 3 of this type of planter. Once again, these are my lightweight resin, which I just love because they're so easy to move around. These I purchased on Amazon, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago now. They've held up beautifully. I did lose one when I dropped it, but I was standing up and it was full and I dropped it on stone. So that's not the planter's fault. That was my fault. So I'm going to start by putting this in here. And you know, these are so huge. They are going to take a lot of space of the planter up. So I'm going to sort of, nope, we need less dirt. Here we go. We'll scoop it out. There we go. So now I just have sort of a little layer of potting soil at the bottom. And I'm actually, because this is a flared planter, I'm going to tip it back like this and stick the soil, the potting mix, underneath, because I want to stack this full of plants. And if I have it actually standing up, I can't fit quite as much. So let's see what we're going to do with this one. This is so exciting. And I'm just tamping it down so that there's no air bubbles here, because you want your roots to not be exposed to the air, of course. So let's see, I'm going to tip this towards you. You can see there's still a lot of planting space there. Yay! So that means we can fit lots of flowers. I have these mums. I'm excited about these. This is called Fonty Pink. It is a Belgian mum. Once again, notice I have that the buds have cracked, which is perfect. That means I get to enjoy all of the growth rather than the people at the nursery, because of course I do a ton of pinks and purples. This mauve takes those colors into the fall, and we're pulling up this sort of reddish hue too. So it's just a really, look at that combination. It's just happy. So we're going to put in the happy mums right here. Oh, those are a little root bound. My goodness. Looks good. I'm going to pack in a little dirt sort of around it. And I'm doing this as we go because I'm going to pack them really tight. So I'm going to see if I can really get them packed in. Okay. Now I look around and I go, next. It's such a tough choice. Definitely one of our beautiful Supertunia lattes. Have done so well. So let's see. Let's put this Supertunia here. Ooh, we have a lot of space left. I know what we need. I'll be right back. This is exactly what we need. Lemon coral sedum, because you can't go wrong with lemon coral sedum. but look at this chartreuse color. Look at how the texture is different than anything else in here. But the millet and this chartreuse green are matching. So I love that. The tall element's gonna have that chartreuse green and my spiller. So, okay, sorry to the petunia. Changed my mind. We're gonna have to move you. Actually, no, I think we can keep you there. I want this in the middle, pulling the chartreuse green down, and I think we need another one of these. Oh yes. Going to be, I knew I was packing in the plants, but I did not know I was going to be able to get all of these in. Oh, look at how good it's looking. Now, I'm looking. Okay. I love it. I have a little space in here. So I need something. Be right back. I'm back. Yes, with more of the kale. So I'm thinking, here's this space right in the middle here. Because it's right next to our tall element, our kale is sort of a little tall, not super tall, but it's gonna get taller too. And if I put a kale in there, this beautiful bluish color is gonna offset this chartreuse and this chartreuse. Oh, I'm loving it. Okay, oh, putting my hand in there. There's not a lot of space. Just a second. We're going to make space. Okay, take off the bottom. That'll let it fit a little better. Okay, all the plants suck in. There we go. Okay, and then we sort of, oh, look at that. That is so pretty. Let me see, I'm gonna take a couple handfuls of our potting mix. There's like no room for these plants to breathe. But you know what? We're on the last 6 weeks until we have a killing frost here. So I am going to make the most of that time, which means all the plants are very, very tight. Okay, hold it. A little bit more slanted out. I'll show you how it looks in a second. Okay, oh my goodness. Yay. And I want the flowers to really show, because once again, they're not going to have a ton of time to grow. These buds are going to be the ones that bloom. Look at that. Is that not so pretty? I love it. Now, you know I like matchy-matchy things. I'm pretty much going to do the same thing with this one. It's going to look a little different because our millet is at a different stage. So this, I actually, when I picked up the two, I thought they were two different types of millet, but that's just because I don't know a lot about millet. I think though that they'll have that similar look, and I'm gonna love that. So let's get some of this potting mix out now because we know it's gonna be tight. Let's see how we can do this. So going to nurseries this time of year is always interesting for me because like you just never know whether you're going to hit it lucky or not. You could hit it lucky in a lot of different ways. You could find sale plants. So as I was checking these out and I had my cart quite full, I said, do you have any hydrangeas on sale? And they said, oh, we do. They're over in the, you know, with the shrubs, and we mark those down separately. They're the ones that are struggling at the end of the season. And I looked at my cart and I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to come back for those because they would not fit. So I also didn't want to freak Dan out too much. I probably had enough that we were getting. You probably understand, you gardening people, how that is. You have to sort of sneak the plants home a little bit at a time. So I did really well getting these plants. Okay, I think we can fit the millet in. Here we go. And once again, I'm gonna sort of tilt it like that. Yep. And then after I took all that out, I'm gonna put more back in so that it stays tilted. Now I'm gonna have to do some research on millet. I assume it's like corn stalks. So, you know, some moderate moisture and just keeping them going. Look at that. Okay, so we have them tilted. Perfect. Now let's see. The next thing I put in was the mums. Beautiful. This nursery had a nice selection of mums, and the thing I liked was that they were really at all stages. So if you wanted some because you were having somebody come over this afternoon, you could have gotten some really in bloom, just perfect for today. There were some that were cracked open like this for, yes, we want them to look good soon, but not today. And then there were some, I'm going to do it mirror image, I think, of this. I hope. And then there were some that really had green buds still. Okay, that looks pretty good. I like that. Now we're going to do 2 of these. Beautiful lattes. And one, I got dirt in it, of the lemon coral sedum, just with that gorgeous chartreuse. My lemon coral sedum really does trail very nicely too, I have to say. So we'll start it over the edge and it keeps going, which is great. Let's see if I can stick that in. Oh, I forgot we have to put the kale in here too. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna do it. I hope. Let's see. Sorry, I have to turn this towards me away from the camera a little bit. I promise I'll show you what happens. Now this kale's looking a little sad, but we're gonna take off the sad looking stems, and maybe because it's a little thinner, it'll squeeze in a little bit better. I think it's just dry and late in the season. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Move over plants. Ugh. We can do it. Yay. Okay. Look at that. That is so cute. This has the feel of fall to me. So I'm going to add these to my deck planters. And pretty soon I'll do a little tour to show you how things are looking. But thank you for joining me as we did this. So it was good to have your company. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.